Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about real magic and shadow work. Before we dive in though, I am Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about Wicca and witchcraft, shadow work and tarot, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to know how to do shadow work and to actually get in and do your shadow work, but you're just not sure what it actually is and how you can go about doing it, then take a look at my free masterclass. It is called How to Heal Your Shadow Through Balancing Your Energy Centers, and the link is in the description field below this video. I talk about shadow work a lot on this channel because it is something that I have been engaged in for quite some time, because it's a long journey, shadow work. And it's also, I feel, a part of the magical path. If you truly want to touch base with who you truly are, your creative magical self, it doesn't matter whether you're a witch or a Wiccan or what you identify as or relate to. If you're on the magical path, knowing more about yourself, which is really what shadow work is about, is absolutely priceless when it comes to your enjoyment of life, your fulfillment of life, your happiness, and also magic at the same time. Shadow work originally was really more about the delving into the parts of ourselves that we don't like, that have been deemed to be bad and not socially acceptable. But it's the whole inner work thing that we call shadow work is more than that. It's more than just delving into those deep regions of the psyche and looking at those parts of ourselves that we kind of wish weren't there. It's really about looking at who we truly are and what we truly believe about ourselves and the world. We've realized now that so much of our perception of things around us is caused by our beliefs about ourselves, and that those beliefs can change. We don't have to have the same beliefs. And if beliefs about yourself or the world around you are not real, if they're not necessarily true, and there's something that's just been picked up from your observations as a child, or things maybe you were told as a child, then you can change them to what is more the truth. And that's good news, because it means you have some control over what goes on inside of yourself. And that's what shadow work's about. It's about learning more about yourself and being able to have more happiness and joy within yourself, and more of a sense of self-responsibility, autonomy, and also that mastery, that self-mastery. And anybody who is very serious about magical work knows that that occult axiom, the know thyself, is about doing this inner work. It's about learning who you truly are under the image that you think you are or who you believe you should be. So shadow work is not about going into these dark places of stuff you don't like about yourself, or things you might have to admit that you wish you didn't have within yourself. Sure, those aspects are there. But it's really about you coming to know yourself and making friends with yourself, so that all of these characteristics within you, light and dark, actually become the seat of your power, your seat of your self-mastery. And that will give you a lot more mastery, essentially, over your life. A lot of people come to magic because they want to change their reality. They don't like what's going on in their life, and so they think that through magic they can manipulate the outside world. And sure, magic does influence the so-called outside world, but that's a lot of work to go to every day to try and gain some sense of control over your life. Magic works better when you actually do the inner work, that inner self-development work, inquiry work, really, to iron out what's working for you within yourself and what isn't working for you within yourself. And that means that you don't necessarily then have to do so much external magic, because things start to automatically change for you. And this is why it's the shadow work is so important for magical practice. It actually makes it easier and less time consuming and less of a struggle in your life at the same time. So becoming when it comes to magic, if you want to manifest something in your life, you want to change something in your life, influence something in your life, you have to be able to feel into the wish fulfilled. You have to be able to feel into the reality of that situation. So if you're doing a love spell, you have to be able to feel into the reality of having love in your life. You have to be able to feel into what it feels like on an emotional level to be with another person and to be doing things with another person, and on an emotional level live that feeling before it actually happens in reality. And what happens when you start living the feeling of being in a relationship, feeling into being in a relationship even though in 3D reality you're not, is that you start to become a person who is in a relationship. And that is the, I guess, the trick to magic, is becoming the person who has what it is that you want. If you want a lot of money, it's about becoming the sort of person that has a lot of money and understanding why you want that money. Is it because you want money, or is it simply because you want to feel safe and secure? Because that's generally what it is when it comes to money. We want to feel safe, we want to feel secure. We want to feel like food, we can pay the bills and we can put the food on the table and have the roof over our head and know that we can continue to have that in advance, that it's not just about having it from day to day, that there's money there in order to be able to secure that. And that's actually truly what it is that we want. So with shadow work, you start to learn how to become the person that has the thing that you're magically trying to bring into your life through spell work or some form of magic. And the more you become that feeling into the wish fulfilled, the more of that person you become, and you start to behave and act like that person. So you're working the magic internally. And what happens with spell work is, if you're doing magic in an area that's particularly tricky for you, so maybe love magic is an area you struggle in and always have struggled a bit with love magic, or maybe there's aspects of love magic you may struggle with, you will find that when you start to do the shadow work around what your beliefs are about yourself and your own lovability and your own deserving of love, that you can start to heal any parts of yourself that believe that you're not deserving, or believe that you're never going to be able to have the sorts of love that you want for whatever reason it is. And that work that you do to heal those beliefs and the traumas that probably caused those beliefs in the first place, which no doubt would have probably been in your childhood at some stage, then you start to realize who you really are, that you are deserving of love, that you are lovable, and then you start acting that way. So that when it comes to you doing your love magic, your true subconscious mind will be on board with the spell itself and the effort that you're putting into your spell to imagine that you are in that relationship that you want to be in. It's not going to be so much of an effort, because you're going to be able to feel the love. You're already going to feel the joy of being with a person that you have a relationship with. And so it won't be that long until you meet somebody that is going to fulfill that spell. So it's about you changing internally and going within yourself and just finding those things that are in your way of achieving the magic that you want to achieve. And that will mean that you will become a different person. You will become somebody who feels like they deserve love. You'll become somebody who feels into the joy every day of being in a loving relationship. Even if you're not in one yet, it will manifest. And knowing yourself and knowing where you might be getting in your own way is going to be incredibly helpful to bring that manifestation into your life. So with shadow work, it's about understanding what we believe about what it is that we want as well. So this is why I work with the chakras when it comes to shadow work, because at each chakra level there's beliefs that relate to that level. So from a desire point of view, or wanting things, that's the sacral chakra. So when that's blocked, then we can have physical problems in that part of our body, but we can also have problems with manifesting desire and the things that we want as well. And so you can find that there's things that go hand in hand with each other, that there's bodily manifestations of the blockages that are manifesting in your life in other ways. And as you go through each chakra, you can unravel what those beliefs are that are not only causing maybe physical issues in that part of your body, but also issues in that part of your life as well. For example, the root chakra is all about survival. It's about us feeling safe in the world and having a right to be here in the world. And when those beliefs are not conducive to that, so there might be a belief that the world isn't safe, there might be a lot of anger at the world, and that is going to possibly cause issues with regards to things around the material world and survival, money being one of those things. And when you go in and you investigate what your beliefs are about yourself and your deservingness of being here in the world and deserving of safety and having a right to have, essentially, at that root chakra level, then you can start to manifest maybe the job you want or the money that you need, whatever it is that you need to feel safe and secure in the world. And so that's why these things go together. That's why know thyself is incredibly important. Our inner world manifests outwardly because we don't really live in an outer world. We live in a world of our own creation. We live in a world of our own perception. And different people will perceive different things about the same object. You could walk into a shopping mall and you could be somebody who is very much focused on, say, fashion. And so when you walk into a shopping mall, all you're going to see is stuff that's related to fashion, because that's going to be a high value of yours and it's going to be something maybe that you're really into. Another person could walk into the mall at the same time and be perhaps more interested in other things like food or something. And so they're going to be looking at things related to food. They're not going to even probably notice the fashion stuff if it's not something that they have an interest in. So we've got this ability to be able to perceive kind of what we're used to or what we're focused on perceiving, even though there's a lot out there that we don't perceive. And when we start to change ourselves through the inner work, what we see starts to change. We start to see things that we didn't see before. And that can be the things that you've been wanting your whole life to come into your manifestation that haven't come in before because you haven't seen the things you've needed to see to be able to bring them into your reality. So that's why working on ourselves internally and learning about who we truly are, this great adventure of you, and discovering these things is so worthwhile doing. That's why I promote shadow work so much. It also creates an alignment. So if you're aligned internally with what it is that you'd love to bring into your life externally, when you hit that alignment, what you're doing is you're actually delving into the reality, because everything has already been created, everything is already here. So it's not like you've got to go to something or something has to even come to you. It's that it's already there and you're just diving into grab it into your perception. That's more or less what it's about, because there's no such thing as linear time. So if there's no such thing as linear time, how can something be in your future or something even be in your past? It's like everything is always the present moment. So when it comes to magic, it's like you're just delving into another reality at the same time as you're in this reality and bringing it into this reality probably as quickly as you can. And the shadow work is important for that, because it will help you feel more confident about being able to do that, and it will help you become the person that lives that reality. So that's why I promote it so much and why I push it so much. I have a course called The Wheels of Empowerment. It is takes you right from the root chakra through the crown chakra As you go through all of these beliefs about yourself, beliefs about safety and security, what's blocking that, beliefs about it's okay to feel, it's okay to have emotions, it's okay to have desires and wants, and what beliefs are blocking those. It's okay to want to feel empowered. It's okay to want to feel autonomous, like you have, your life is yours and that you're not under the thumb of other people all of the time. That's your solar plexus chakra. And there's beliefs there that are impeding or your power in the world, your own sense of power and being able to assert yourself in the world confidently. With the heart chakra, it's often about feelings of loss and grief and those feelings of not good enough within yourself as a being. And so clearing up those beliefs and working through any grief is important at the heart chakra level. The throat chakra is all about expressing yourself and being able to speak your truth, to be able to speak who you are and what it is that you want. And that, of course, can be blocked as well, which can impede creativity. Third eye is your vision. It's your vision of the world. It's you being able to see more than what is around you, to be able to tap into intuition, to be able to see beyond the 3D reality. And that can be blocked by beliefs in the lower chakras and beliefs about it not being safe to be able to see clearly, or not being able to actually see ahead for yourself, to not know what you want in your life, to not know where you want to sort of see yourself maybe 3 years from now. It can be really some blockages there in the third eye chakra. And the crown chakra is about your connection to spirit, your connection to the divine. And beliefs around that can be simply that the divine does not want me to have whatever it is that you want to have. They may have a belief that the divine doesn't want you to have love because it wants you to experience hardship for whatever reason. You might have a belief that the divine doesn't want you to be prosperous because it's not spiritual to be prosperous, or it's greedy to want to be prosperous. These beliefs can be up here in the crown chakra in regards to what you believe that the divine wants or doesn't want for you. And so clearing out the crown chakra and those beliefs can really help you see that the divine isn't putting limits on you. There is no limits. You're the one putting limits on yourself. And of course, all of these beliefs come from our upbringing. They come from our family. A lot of it comes from the social environment, the culture, and of course, religious beliefs. And a lot of religious beliefs are incredibly disempowering. They're all about putting your faith and trust in someone else or something else and not in yourself. And so it keeps you down. It keeps you infantile. And that's not meant to be. From a spiritual point of view, we're not meant to be infants looking up to a parent deity or even a parent, any type of parent figure. It is about us becoming mature, creative beings, and that's what shadow work does, and that's how I work with the Wheels of Empowerment course. So if you want to do your shadow work and you've been wondering, where do I start and what do, do take a look at the Wheels of Empowerment course. The link is in the description field below this video. If you also want to look at the whole philosophy behind it, take a look at that free masterclass that I mentioned at the beginning, which is how to heal your shadow through balancing your energy centers. That's a good one to watch. It's free, and the link to that is in the description field below this video as well. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra, and I'll see you on the next video.